Formula Ring European Championships. We are live. We just watched an amazing golden ticket race to get the last people into the medal series. I am your host, Chris Museler. I'm with Atesh Sinar, local legend here in Turkiye. We are in Urla, Turkiye. It's beautiful. It's windy. But one thing we really want to know about is this area that we're in right now for this championships. Atesh, you grew up here. You were a four-time Olympian. This has now become the center of racing and hydrofoil foiling racing. But just give us a little bit of a heads up on this area and how important this place is to sailing in Turkey.
Yes, this place is just a place that's growing now for sailing, and we are really into this place because, as you see, it's windy, north wind, south wind. It doesn't matter. Every day it's windy, and the area has a really young generation around. And as a Fenerbahce club, and we are investing here since 2 years. And this is really important to have the young generation because foiling is we believe that future of sailing, and the young generation is starting foiling straight here. So the area is amazing. You see, it's so protected. There is islands around it, and the wind, and the people are so nice here. So we believe that if there is a foiling future in sailing and in Turkish sailing, it will be start from here. So that's why we are investing here.
Awesome. And I hear the name Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce, I was in the bakery the other day and the lady asked, you with Fenerbahce? I'm like, yes. And she's like, that's really important. That must be, that sport club must be a core of maybe just not just sailing, but a core of the sailing here in Turkey.
We have a saying that in the club that we are the best sports club in the world because we have 7 Olympic branches in the club. And just sailing, we have 8 Olympic classes. So, and last Olympic Games, we sent 7 athletes from our sailing branch, so which is quite important. And I think in the world there is not club exists like this, and this is very important. Every year in youth classes we are in the world top 3, European top 3, so this is quite important and we are so proud of this. So Fenerbahce is a sports club. It's not a football club, not basketball club, but it's just a sports club and they're investing in sport.
Awesome. Now the breeze is blowing out of the south today. We just had that golden ticket race that just let the last man and woman get in. We had 2 riders get into the medal series, and it's really shifty. But man, we're about to go live. We're going to start with the repechage, but let's see how we got to here. We've had intense blow-for-blow racing right from the start for the women and men riders in Urla, Turkiye. Despite tricky winds and no racing on day 2, riders in the Dogus Marine Services Formula Wing Foil Europeans have been at each other's heels since the first grueling long-distance race on day 1. Matisse Guillot of France and Poland's Kamil Maniewiecki have been trading wins each day despite the constant pressure of young Italian Ernesto De Amicis, who led on day 1. In the women's fleet, Marc de Mange of Italy was clear ahead of the rest, dominating the opening races and pushing deeper into the men's fleet in the distance races where women and men raced together. Day 3 was moving day with a ton of racing in smooth turquoise water and gusty winds. The Matisse and Camille show was in full effect with the pair trading bullets all day with less than 3 points between them. The 2 even clashed in a pre-start incident that went to the protest room. Guillaume Maniewiecki headed into the gold fleet 1 and 2 with De Amicis and the rest fighting for scraps. The women's qualifying series continued with Maddalena Spanu racing like she had blinders on as the Italians stole the lead from Mange with all top 3 finishes. Day 4 was do or die for some to get into Saturday's medal series, where only 10 riders from each fleet would get their ticket to the show. Spanu's and Mange's battle was forgotten in the wildly shifting winds. Overnight tuning paid off for Emilia Costi of Greece, who cranked out 3 bullets in a second to snatch the first spot in the grand finals ahead of Spanu, while Mange has more racing to do in the medal series. There was little change in the men's leaderboard, setting up a steel cage match scenario for Guillaume and Maniewiecki, who booked their tickets to the grand final. France's Bastien Escoffier, with a wickedly consistent scoreline of 3-3-1, was the best of the rest, filling the first semifinal spot, along with Ernesto De Amicis. Top 9 for Saturday's medal series are decided, and if the wind gods cooperate, there will be a dramatic golden ticket race before the series begins. Whether you're 10th or last, the winner of this race has a shot at the medal series and a chance to win the whole shooting match. All right, we are back live. I am Chris Musler. This is Atesh Shanar, four-time Olympian. I'm so psyched to be here. We have some live racing coming up. What an amazing day already. Offshore winds. What do you think? Like
It's
15,
offshore
18
wind.
knots?
It's now start to blow like around 2022. So, but it's quite shifty, and Mirko moved the course a bit higher now, close to more shore. I think. I mean, the race will be till the end today. So, I mean, as I said before, like it's an amazing, so flat water and full speed. We will see really fast wing foilers today. I'm so excited to watch.
Well, let's start talking about this format and who's in this race. We're going to start live with the repechage momentarily. The last person into the repechage, it was 7th, 8th, 9th place from the qualifying series. We're starting with the women, and then we're going into the 10th place person becomes that person who won the golden ticket, and that's in the women's fleet. We go from the repechage to the quarterfinals, the semifinals and finals. So here we are with the women's standings. That golden ticket winner was Charlotte Baruzzi from Italy,
Yes.
Italy number 19. So we're going to be looking for her live in that repechage. The way this works is in the repechage, whoever the top two in that race goes into the bottom of the quarterfinals. One race each stage. Top two of the quarterfinals goes into the semis. Top two of the semis meets Emilia Costi and Maria Spanu from Italy into the gold. What is it? What do we call it? The
What do you
grand final.
grand final. Yeah,
Sorry
it's grand
about that.
final. But
So go ahead.
yeah, there is like the Greek sailor. He's Emilia. She has already 2 wins,
Yep.
and then the Maria has 1 win, and
And it's a first to three finals. Like you said, Emilia has 2 wins already. That's a bonus for winning the qualifying series. It's the same with the men, same format, and Madalena has 1. That means is if Emilia wins that grand final, then she wins it. Otherwise, we carry on. But we have a lot of racing to do. Atesh,
a lot of
before that,
racing
yep,
today.
we've got this repechage to go, and we have to see who goes through. Now, a lot of people think that, if you fight your way up from the repechage and the person who's going to be fighting the most is Charlotte Baruzzi
Yes.
from Italy. She's in that winner of the golden ticket race. We gave her big golden ticket, and she is excited to race.
Oh, she's already a good sailor. I mean, she was always been there, and just this race, I mean, she stayed out of I think top 9, so it's good that she's back in. So she can do something else. We know her very well.
Absolutely, and we talked to these sailors about these riders about what they were using in that golden ticket race, and I think a lot of them kind of brought their wing size down. I was talking to Karolina Kluzinska from Poland today, and she has a 6'5", and she has to go all the way down to a 5'0",
Yes.
to figure out, what she's going to use. But maybe what we can do now while we're waiting, Atesh, is learn about the regulations and the restrictions that they do have on their wings, and Carolina can tell us a little bit about that.
We are here in Urla for the first Formula Wing competition where we have some equipment regulation. So for the first we must have the windows in our wings so then everyone can see each other on the water. We can register only one board for the event and 2 foils, 2 gliders, let's say, and 1 mast. This is quite new. All the equipment must be registered by the brand before the event, so it's also some regulation that needs to be done before the event. For me it was a little change because on the first World Cup in Morocco I was still using the single skin wing, which was already, let's say, a little passé for the racing, but still last year was okay. And this one is my new weapon from the Virus, from the Polish brand. It's double skin. I already use it for some time after Morocco. So I'm not sure if I will use all the equipment which I registered for the event because the forecast is quite light. I feel that I can do it with the double skin, and this is the thing I was missing in the Morocco.
All right, here we are. We are about to get into the women's repechage. We have just over 6 minutes left till that race start, or at least till the warning signal, maybe. We'll see. But as we have time here, Atesh, you were talking about Fenerbahce and this being kind of like not just a hub of sailing, developing sailing and young sailors in Turkey. Here, such an awesome piece of water that we've seen. Here we are right out on the race course. with great breeze. I think we're getting reports out there of gusts over 20 knots.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Carolina, for explaining to us some of the rules on the kites, and they're probably all out there on the women are on fives, five, something like that. But you know, you get from every direction here. But is this a usual direction, this southerly?
Actually, in this time of the year, we were not expecting this wind because it's
Why
normally it's
not?
winter. No, it's winter wind, we call it, and but we are lucky to have it. It's not better than nothing. Normally we have north wind. Last year we had north wind as well, and north wind is more stable here. And but the good thing for south wind is it's quite flat water, so it's easy to sail and just as gusty. So I was talking with some guys there, and they were not sure which wing to choose, because it's gusty, they can keep the bigger one to go faster, but when it's too much wind, they cannot control it. So some of them went to try and come back. They changed their wings, so we will see some interesting sailing today.
Cool. So as we get inside of 5 minutes here, we see some of the riders again. This is the women's repechage, the beginning of the medal series. We're so stoked. There are 4 riders in this. You have Yana Lee, Delaria, Urla, Palombo from
Yes.
Turkiye, Wayan Nagai, and I think Wayan is Charlie, I think is her nickname. And behind her, who got in with the golden ticket race, Charlotte Baruzzi, whose nickname is also Charlie. So we have 4 riders in here, 1 race, top 2 go on to the quarterfinals. You can see that really flat water here. Perfect footage from our drone pilot, our dronista. And what a great shot here right now. When you look at this, when you were looking at the footage before our test, you keep shaking your head. You have so much pride in this country, in your sailors, in this place, in Fenerbahce. Why you seem blown away? We look at
No.
sailing footage all the time.
No, when I see this, I want to go and sail. It's so calling me. I feel that feeling because since 3 years I couldn't sail, I couldn't race, so it's just amazing view. I mean, like the wind
There-
is, the water is, the colors, everything is amazing. So I mean, they're so lucky to being there.
There we have in the I think that's in the pink. That's Charlotte Baruzzi. That's a 19, hopefully.
Yeah,
With
he's 19. Yeah.
the gong rider. Yep, and I think that was Charlie. The other Charlie, Wayan. And here she is, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's take a little bit of a break, and then we'll get ready for this start. All right, we are just inside of 3 minutes for the first medal series race of the Formula Wing European Championships here in Urla, Turkey. I am Chris Museler. I'm here with Atesh Sinar, Olympian,
Come on.
legend.
Yes.
I'm going to keep saying it, man. It's hard to go to 4 Olympics. It's hard to go to 1 Olympics.
Yes.
So congratulations
Thank
to
you
you for
very
that.
much.
I
Thank
know
you
you're
very
local
much.
here. So we've got 2 minutes and 15 seconds, Atesh, and 4 women on the line. You've probably done some medal races in your life, but this is even tighter than that.
Yes, because when I see it now, I'm getting excited because I know it's how hard it is because it's just 4 and 2 goes to final, and you cannot carry the points to this race. So all week, what you did is done, and this is just a race. So
Okay, here we go. Yana Lee from China, first into the repechage. Delaria Palombo from Turkey. Wayan Nagai, alias Charlie, and Charlotte Baruzzi, also Charlie. There it is. Charlotte Baruzzi right there, coming right number 19.
Yeah.
Okay, we're coming up on a minute 35. Really short line, Atesh.
yes, it's a short line, and I think it will be good to be a short line here, so we can see some close competition. They will fight good. By the way, I would like to say that Dilara is 2 times Olympian in IQ foil, so
That's right.
she's a quite experienced sailor,
Yep.
and let's see if she can use this experience and she can carry on.
Absolutely. She's had some moments of glory
Yes.
this week, but again, early days for Wing 4 racers in Turkey. But it's, you know what? It's early for everyone,
Yes,
really. So having someone like Charlotte who's been doing it for a couple years
exactly.
is unusual. We are at 1 minute for the start of the first Medal series race. Oh my God.
Now
Let's
I'm getting
go.
excited.
Here we go. Okay, so let's
Nice,
start to
nice.
identify some of these competitors. We got 50 seconds. By the way, Yana Lee is she's Chinese and Russian. She's riding for the Chinese team. Big fleets in China, but not so big outside of there
And
for them.
she's quite young, huh? She's
Yeah,
under 17
she's like
and
15, almost 15.
Yeah.
So coming up on 30 seconds, we're looking at kind of a port tack
Ah,
start
yeah.
situation here. We're gonna pull up the tracker on ours. 25 seconds. Who do we have in the
it's all of them, I think, will. No?
sorry about that, on the gastrosail and the duotone? And I think
No, all going port start now.
yeah, they're all going for port
Yes.
start. We're gonna bring up the tracker here so we
8,
can get this
7.
right, everyone. And here we go. 4, 3,
Only
2,
one.
1.
No.
Wow, that was a close start.
It's clear
All
start.
clear. Two port starters, 2 starboard starters, and let's see who took off. On the right is Charlotte Baruzzi, and all the way on the left, who do we have in the? Let's see. Hold on, we're gonna flip this around.
Yeah. I see left side some wind coming, and let's see. There was only one starting starboard.
Yep. Okay. So then we have Yan heading all the way left, and let's
Well,
see,
yeah,
Yana heading
yeah.
all the way right, and Charlotte Baruzzi in the middle with Diladia. Okay, now we got it clear. So let's see that. Yana on the right from China,
She's
really
very
legged
fast.
out. But hey, when you split like this, Atesh,
Yeah.
you know, we've got one far right, one far left, 2 in the middle. What do you see?
I can see that 3 wants to stay close to each other, and they're trying to be more in control. And who went to the left? You said, and
Yeah,
it was
that was Wayan.
Wayan.
So
I think
from
she
Hong
took a bit risk, but let's see.
Yep.
Let's see how it develop at the end.
I think that is Wayan just tacked back. That's who we see there on the left-hand side of the course. In the middle there is Charlotte. Charlotte Baruzzi is the person you see in the top right, and on your left here is Wayan from Hong Kong. Obviously, really spread out. Only
Diana just
4
tacked,
riders.
yeah.
We just got one tack in there, and that was. Let's see.
see.
That's Yana.
If she
with
can
a
cross in
that
front.
says Charlotte Baruzzi right there, I think. No, Charlotte Baruzzi has pink. So that's Yana coming across.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep, coming across Charlotte. And
Charlotte just tacking now on her.
yeah,
but
did she just jibe? She just jibed
She
instead
jibed,
of
but
tacked, it looked
she
like.
was maybe not comfortable with the tack, so.
Exactly. So what we exactly. So wow, very unusual.
Oh, look at
All
the
right,
view.
let's get this on the record here. On the right, you see on the left of your screen, you see Charlotte Baruzzi up high, but loaded up in the
Yes.
middle of your picture is Yana Lee.
You see
hammering.
Yana, yeah, I mean, how do you say Yan?
Yeah, Wayan
China.
still on the left side of the
But
course.
she's quite in front.
She's pretty launched. So what that shows us right now is that kind of gamble that Wayan took heading left is paying off in spades. She's like 20
Exactly.
meters ahead. There she is. Wayan from Hong Kong. Charlie on port, passing the rest of the fleet. But this battle
job.
now at the moment is for second. The top 2 go through. Look in the middle. Yana Lee from China loaded up. Is she going to make that mark right on her hip?
She's pushing hard.
Charlotte Baruzzi closing in on a better angle. She's pumping and pumping to
Yes.
get up around that mark. Yana really needs to make this mark. Otherwise, Charlotte is already closing in on her. Oh,
she's
no!
off the foils.
YN.
Ah.
YN crashes in her tack, touches down. Yana is ahead. Charlotte Baruzzi
Ah,
in
come on.
second. Ah, that couldn't have been worse. There are a lot of holes out
Yes.
there.
I mean, I'm so
Atesh,
sorry for her.
Atesh.
Oh,
What
Come on.
happened to Yan there? Just a quick tack in a hole.
can we just go back to see the tracker? I mean,
Yeah.
come on. This is a quite bad luck. She did a good job, good tactic,
Yep.
and very good strategy. But just that tack, maybe she fall down off the
Oh,
foil.
and it just shows you the fortunes in a one-shot race here. What can happen. Now, the battle is still on in 1 and 2, but if they both finish 1-2, they are in. It doesn't matter who finishes first
Yeah.
right now. So here we are, Charlotte Baruzzi jobbing just inside of Yana Lee from China, and the Italian just jibed just inside and just past her. So, you know, I think Charlotte was catching up all the time on that beat as Yana Lee was trying to get to that weather mark. Here, the top 2 are there, launched. Wow, YN at the top mark, now in 4th. She was leading coming out of the left.
And it was
Atesh.
an easy leading. You know, she was quite in front, and I really feel sorry, but this too is, I mean, this is experience also. She's young and maybe she got excited in that tag and
Now,
but-
ladies and gentlemen, check this out. This is there's goes Charlotte. She just switched her feet just for a nice heel side jibe. Beautiful turn into the lead. She just passed Yana Lee of China just on the inside, halfway down that run. Look at that beautiful conditions out right now, almost 20 knots. And there we go. Yana Lee just trying to track down Charlotte. She doesn't have to win this race, but she's pushing. That woman from China is pushing hard.
I think this is good. I mean, they are pushing their limits here, and they are trying to go fast as they can. And I think Charlotte was better in downwind than Iona.
Yep.
I think Iona is pushing much better, as you can see from the screen, that on the upwind.
Absolutely.
So Charlotte doesn't want to lose the advantage that she gained in downwind. So that's why they were pushing hard.
In this repechage, this is the first races of the medal series for the European Championships. We've already had a bit of drama.
Yes.
Big split on the first beat, split start. Then we got Yan of Hong Kong leading at the weather mark, flubs her tack. Then Yana Lee gets ahead. There we go. Charlotte Baruzzi in the lead on the second beat.
Good tack.
Beautiful tack. A little bit of a touchdown, but that's okay.
For this condition, it's quite okay, you know, because it's there is wind, and some part there is no wind.
And here we go.
Yeah.
Yana Lee also just with a little bit slower tack. Deladia, if she just stays in touch, all it's going to take, do you think Deladia is in touch with Yana Lee right now?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if Yana touches down.
Yeah, she can catch easily. This
Okay,
is
cool.
quite fast.
Yep. All right, beautiful shot here of Charlotte Baruzzi from Italy in the repechage, first of the medal series for the women, really locked in. I think they're pretty powered up. They don't
Yes.
have the wing like pegged to the board like you would if you were just regular powered up. I think they might even be a little bit overpowered. There's Yana Lee, same position.
Yes, I mean, as you can see, sometimes they're overpowered and sometimes they're not, and that's why they're pumping with the board. I mean, they're using their legs. Otherwise, they just lock themselves and they go fast. And yeah, as you said, it's
So this race right now, actually, this ain't over. I think that let's see, Deladia is actually gotten a lot closer on this beat. I think that's who you see right there. And then you see it way up at the top. Things are a little bit spread out, but way up on the top is Charlotte Baruzzi, Yana Lee, and then also on port is Deladia, the hometown IQ foil hero. Looks like we're getting a pretty big shift to the right.
Charlotte jive
Yeah,
because there
Charlie
was no
jive.
wind. I mean, she did a good job there, I think.
Yeah. So let's
patchy.
let's stick with that attach. Here goes Charlie in first around the final weather mark. But you know what? If Hua Yan had jibed, it might have been an easier maneuver in the light spot, and she just
Exactly.
went for the tack and crashed. So that's the second time we've seen Charlie
Yeah.
Baruzzi do a jibe. That's a real safety move in these
Exactly.
conditions. She's
Exactly.
in first. She's just got to keep first or second.
You just need to keep first. You know, she's going to the finish now, and did
And
a
there
good
goes
job.
Deladia
Yeah.
with a jibe again. Just she has to kind of go over the lay
Yeah.
line to account
Yeah.
for that jibe. But then here she is, Yana Lee in second place. They're really powered up right now.
Yeah, exactly, and they're,
They're
on the
having a
limit.
hard time keeping the foil in the water.
Ooh.
Anything can happen here on this run. We're
How high
running to the
they are.
last leeward mark, and Charlotte looks like she's having a hard time keeping the foil in the water.
Exactly. She was depowering her wing. I mean, she was just, oh, well done, Charlotte.
Absolutely. Charlotte across the finish line. In first, you have your first of the repechage and second from the repechage. So Charlotte Baruzzi and Yana Lee of China are going on to the quarterfinals. And then we have behind them Deladia Palumbo from Turkiye ending her regatta. She should be really proud of herself.
Yeah.
And Yan Nagai. So let's take a little bit of a break and get ready for the men's repechage.
Or we finish with the girls? How it's going?
All right, we are getting ready to go into the men's repechage. We only have just under a minute 20 at
Yeah, exactly.
The action is on. I mean, I'm going to have a heart attack again in this. I bet you we're going to see more of the same. We only have 4 men in this repechage. Niccolò Spano of Italy, Francesco Capuzzo from Italy, Matteo Dusarps from the French Mafia, and Romain Guillot came in through the golden ticket. So we are in with a minute. I mean, do you expect to see anything different in these conditions, Atesh?
No, it will be the same, but most probably we will not see jibes here because usually men fleet they go a little bit faster, so they can easily attack.
Yep.
And I mean, let's see, it's a French and Italian fight here. Let's see who's going to go next round.
Absolutely. We talked a little bit earlier in the week about all the French here, but the Italians are super strong too. We've got 30 seconds left. Niccolò Spano, Francesco Capuzzo, Matteo Dusarps, and Romain Guillot for the first medal race for the men's. The repechage, 20 seconds. Let's see.
Go.
That is Francesco Capuzzo, easily spotted with the pink helmet on your left. And then let's see who we have on the
Maybe
right. I think
it's
that's that's a gastric height. That's Romain Guillot, but
Yeah, I
let's
think
see.
Guillot.
All
And
right,
two starts starboard and two goes port
eight
tack start.
seconds here. You count this down for us, Atesh.
Okay, 2, 1, go. Okay. And Capuzzo and Guillot, they had a starboard start from the right side, and then Dusarps and Spanu, they started on port tack. Ooh, they're pumping. They're pumping. Really, they're pushing now.
Do you think that pumping upwind? Okay, we got just like the last race. We got a really split start here, right?
Yes.
And so let's see how that's going on this race course. On the left, Romain Guillot leading off to the left with let's see, with Francesco Capuzzo. Capuzzo likes the starboard tack start.
Yeah.
On the right,
Yeah.
Dusarps leading Niccolò Spano. So again, a really split. What we saw in that last race with the women
Yes.
was Yan came out strong on the left. Let's see if we have a little bit more of that action with the men. Perfectly split, and we got one person tacking out. I think that's
So-
Romain Guillot just tacked out.
He touched the water.
Romain Guillot
Man.
down right after attack, and right after him, Francesco Capuzzo right on top of him. Romain Guillot, who came in with the golden ticket, is down
Yes.
and out. The top two, only the top two get through. There is Romain.
Man,
He just said he
doing
was
very well.
so psyched he made it into this race through the golden ticket because he crashed in the golden ticket in Sardinia. And wow, so you got Francesco Capuzzo on the left of the screen there, hammering upwind and just making it happen.
Yeah.
Let's see. Romain Guillot, what a tragedy for the Frenchman. He's heading back down. He's trying to get his speed back up again, but he is out of this race right now. But it's Francesco Capuzzo coming out of the left, who we see really crushing it, and Matteo Dusarps from French. So it's the Italian and French show going on
Capuzzo
right.
did the same thing that Jan Ali did last race, and I mean he's quite comfortable lead now.
So after that tack, we're going to have rounding in first Francesco Capuzzo from Italy and Matteo Dusarps. Big gap for a couple reasons. Romain Guillot had just crashed, and Niccolò Spano just got kind of hung out on the right early. But around in second was Matteo Dusarps from France. Big lead by the Italian and the French. So whether you're rooting for the French in this one or the Italians, it doesn't matter at the moment. Big gap here. Poor Romain Guillot. I don't know. It looked if he caught something and tried to clear it, or what happened after that tack.
No, I saw the position quite clear, and he was a bit overpowered, and his wing touched to the water. So on that speed,
His wing,
touched
hand
to
wing,
the water. So on that speed, when you touch to the water, and he just lose the control, and
wow, too much. But Francesco Capuzzo knows what to do with the lead. Keep it, right?
yes, exactly.
Viva Italia. Okay, they are both on port. They're coming down to the first downwind mark, and we've got Matteo Dusarps hot on his heel with Francesco Capuzzo about to round mark 2 and head on up to the finish. But man, still big gap behind Matteo Dusarps, and I don't think that coming out around the leeward mark right now is
Who's it?
Matteo Dusarps.
Yes, second.
Yeah, in second.
Yeah.
So, all right. So here we go, working up that final leg. It's one of those things here where there's so much pressure, right?
Exactly.
It's like that show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? There's Francesco Capuzzo.
But I see Capuzzo so comfortable.
Right
you know.
after attack. Yeah, I know.
He loves these conditions, I think.
I know. Now look at that pumping from Francesco Capuzzo. You can see how loose the leech,
Yes.
the back edge of that wing is really powered up wing for him.
There's two things. I mean, or he depowered his wing. He thought that it was too powerful.
Yep.
Or he's losing some air on his wing. So
Yeah. So here he is
No, no.
going into a jibe. He's going downwind now, working his way. Francesco Capuzzo
But-
still in first place and rounding the leeward mark. Okay. So we've got a little bit of delay on our tractor.
yeah,
but
yeah. It's a delay a bit. I mean, now I think Matteo is just catching. Matteo is just catching Capuzzo a bit here. We
Okay.
can see, and yeah, on the upper one, let's see who is going to attack first.
Okay, so we got Francesco in first, Matteo Dusarps in second, but Nicolo Spano caught up.
They're quite close.
This race is not over. Sorry about that little glitch. We were torn between a delay in video and delay in
Yeah.
tracking.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got Francesco Capuzzo rounding the last mark
Yeah.
in first with the reach to the finish, and Matteo Dusarps in second. Not a lot of time for Nicolo Spano. It doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it looks like this first medal series race for the men in the repechage is going to go probably to Francesco Capuzzo. Only the top two go on to the quarterfinals. So there we have Francesco Capuzzo heading to the finish line. It looks like it's going to be the Italian in first and the Frenchie Matteo Dusarps coming back from a pretty tough regatta, actually,
Exactly.
in second place. So that looks like those going to Nicolo Spano had to do 2 tacks at the weather mark, so that puts him
Exactly. He
out of
couldn't make the mark.
contention. Yep, completely. So Atesh Sinar, we've got Francesco Capuzzo and Matteo Dusarps heading into the quarterfinals. Let's take a break before we could go forward into the women's quarterfinals. All right, we are about to get ready to start the women's quarterfinal races. Who do we have there? Yep. Cool. We've got Charlotte Peruzzi and Yana Lee joining Izet Segura and Katarzyna Trautman from Poland. All right. So let's see. Here we are. It's still pretty windy. Who is sitting there in
Yana Lee.
the water? We're gonna pull up the
Okay, perfect. So, I mean, we have this 2 qualified from repechage. That is Charlotte and Yana Lee. And
all right, here we
yeah,
go.
I mean, here is the result for the men's.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
Francesco Capuzzo
Capuzzo.
and Matteo Dusarps. What a race that was. I mean, talk to me about your feeling when Romain Guillot went
yeah,
down.
Romain Guillot was a quite drama for him. I mean, he was in front and he just fall down and he lost, I think, the 2nd place.
Yep.
So, well done, Matteo and
Yep.
Francesco.
So we are going into the women's quarterfinals. Let's see who that is. Marta Manja, Carolina. Oh, that's not the
No, it was the
women's
semifinals.
quarterfinals.
We go Iset,
Yep.
Segura,
Izet
and
Segura, Katarzyna Trautman, Charlotte
Charlotte
Peruzzi, and Yana
Yana
Lee.
Yes.
Yep. Awesome. Here we go. We're back on track here with the women's quarterfinals. One race, top 2 go to the semifinals. This is rapid fire Atesh. You never had to go through this craziness
No,
when you were
no.
sailing 470s.
No, this is quite pressure, and but I love this system because it's kind of international. It's not just sailing language, There is quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. So this is really, I mean, enjoyable to watch, and it makes you excited about it. I mean, it's amazing. Very
Absolutely.
nice system.
Absolutely. Izet Segura, again, also with not that great of a regatta initially, and she said she found her form yesterday. Today she's got a really open mind. Also, Katarzyna Trautman, who trains with Karolina Kluzinska, is one of the top riders in the world. This is stacked. Charlotte, and then Yana. Yana's kind of the dark horse in this
Yeah,
one. But we
exactly.
saw she's tall, she's
Yeah.
strong. She push Charlotte all the way around the course. She was leading her until
Yes.
halfway down that first downwind leg.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, she's young, but now she's my favorite. I can say. I like the
Yeah.
young sailors, you know.
Yeah, we talked to her. She's in, this is the women's quarterfinals of the medal series. So exciting. We've got 1 minute left. Breeze is up a little bit.
Exactly.
Looks like it's in
It's just
steady,
picking up.
into, well, steady, but into the low 20s. And let's see who we have here. Charlotte Baruzzi with the pink wing. Let's start to get to identify the other riders. Yana Lee had that, there you see it, the white and kind of turquoise wing. And then we have, I think, a pink board is for Izet Segura. So we got 34 seconds in this quarterfinal series. We've got some starboard tackers. Maybe we'll see another split here. Who do we have here? That is Charlotte Baruzzi behind. I think that's Katarzyna Troutman.
Pink
right
is Charlotte. I mean, pink sail.
Yeah, Charlotte in pink sail, then Katarzyna Troutman on port right there.
Exactly.
So here we go, 12 seconds coming in on the
10.
starboard ley line to the committee boat, super close. Okay, there goes, coming up on the start. I think that was Yana Lee to the right. And here we go, awesome,
Same.
awesome image. Who do we have off the pin?
Man.
Ah, let's
who
see,
is
let's
it?
get our
It's
act together and see who that
Katarzyna.
was. Katarzyna crashing right at the
Is it
start.
Katarzyna?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
so.
yes. Oh,
Yep.
what happened?
All right, so Atesh.
Oh, she was
Right
I mean,
off
she was
the
leading
line.
the start.
The fleet is split. Katarzyna Troutman leading the start, but that is Charlotte Baruzzi hammering off to the left side of the course. And then we have
She's doing the same like she did on
Izet
the...
Segura right above Yana Lee. That is the fight to watch on the right side of the course.
Exactly.
Let's say Charlotte Baruzzi is just on her own. Katarzyna is out of it. This is the race to watch.
Yes.
There is Yana Lee right on top of, or right below, Izet Segura.
I believe that Charlotte was hitting to the left, right?
Yeah.
Charlotte
so
will
no, this
lead.
is
And then between these two, and then we will see who is coming from there.
so that is Katarzyna.
Yeah.
Just trying to have some kind of a comeback right now. But that is the race right there with
This
the
is the
black and
race.
white wing is Izet Segura and the green and white ring. Wow, look at this. And I don't know, this is just the camera angle here, but Katarzyna Troutman right behind
How did she make it?
Charlotte
Oh, well done.
Baruzzi. Look at this huge left shift. Now this may be the camera angle, but let's check this out.
Wow.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Charlotte Baruzzi on the left side of the course with Katarzyna Troutman. Big left shift.
Now Charlotte is on the tracker. He
and-
looks stopped.
Yep. And wow, lots going on here. But
Yeah.
what we do know is we have Charlotte Baruzzi on the left-hand side of the
Yeah.
court, and Katarzyna Troutman.
She's first now, huh? What a
It
comeback.
looks like she's first on the left here. On the right, we still have Izet Segura and Yana Lee of China coming in from the right side of the course.
Yeah.
This is a fully split fleet. It's pretty close right to the top, but like we've seen, that's Katarzyna Troutman.
Yes.
There she is in the blue and white wing, and it looks like she's in the lead. So what
Exactly.
happened? She crashed at the pin. Charlotte Baruzzi went right, must have touched down on her tack. There's Yana Lee on starboard tack. That's also Izet Segura you see in your screen. The fleet is so close, but on top, Katarzyna Troutman, beautiful tack. Can she make it? She tacks right under,
She was a
Is
bit early,
that
but
Segura?
she made it.
and there's Yana Lee too. So Katarzyna Troutman in first, Yana Lee in second, just under Izet Segura. Izet Segura goes right over the top of her. Yana Lee just barely made that around.
Now is it?
So there is Izet Segura moving into second place. We said that this was going to be a battle between those guys with Charlotte Baruzzi in the lead, but it is Katarzyna Troutman after crashing at the pin.
She's hammering now.
Atish,
She's full power now. I think she's really good concentrated, and that was a comeback, you know.
Oh, it took us a second to get our heads around that because
Yes.
she was just gone. There she is, just coming out of the water.
It's Charlotte.
Katarzyna. Katarzyna.
No. It's Charlotte.
Oh,
She
No, no,
was-
no, no. That was Katarzyna. That was sorry, Izet Segura that we see in the
Yeah.
screen here just crashed out, and Yana Lee just passed her. So everything is happening on this race course. There is Izet Segura after just kind of aerating, or maybe she was jumping to get something off her foil. But now she is behind Jana Lee in second. And again, Katarzyna Troutman
She's
out of the left.
no, she's doing a good job. I think
Yep.
she's playing. I mean, she's reading the field really good, and she's doing a good
Whew.
job.
Santa Maria, Katarzyna
Look at this.
Troutman on her way to the bottom mark. This is still a full-on race between Jana
Exactly.
Lee and Izet Segura. Izet is actually doing a great job on the inside. Here we go. That's Izet Segura jibing right inside of Jana Lee. She just
But-
passed her back, but Jana Lee is on the inside,
Up.
coming up. Oh,
Oh.
Izet almost left up
Yes.
Jana Lee. Here we go. So close for second and third. This is the race.
This is the
This
race
is the race
that we
for
have to
the
follow.
Absolutely. This is the race that we have to follow. And that's what it's been going on the whole since the start. We just have a different leader right now.
Exactly.
So there's Jana Lee on the top. Izet Segura just past Jana Lee. Oh, again, look at how close it is.
Yeah.
Izet Segura with a little bit of a smaller wing that she's
Yeah.
usually riding with. Jana Lee locked in. This is fantastic footage. Katarzyna Troutman. Atesh, tell me the sensation as you're watching this upwind. What's Izet trying to do?
I mean, Izet is now pushing just to kill the Jana Lee. Kill means like she's trying to get in front of her, so she will be in control of the game. So
Yes.
Jana Lee has to take and go away, or she just follow behind. You know, there's
Now
nothing
we
to
are
do.
not we are not at we actually look like we're just passing the ley line for the
Yeah.
weather mark. So
Yeah.
someone's got to attack here. Who's going to attack first? Jana Lee, Izet Segura. This is the race for second and a shot at the semifinals. Katarzyna Troutman.
She's quite relaxed, I think now.
Oh, I am so impressed. I
Me
am
too.
so impressed with the
I want
Polish
to go and
sailor.
ask her how
Oh,
does
we
she-
have somebody down that looks like Izet Segura.
Izet, come
must have
on.
must
Yes,
have
Izet.
fallen in attack. And Jana Lee of China, the 15-year-old, coming
Hey.
back. I know. And poor Izet Segura, passing
Oh,
her,
man.
repassing her, luffing her up, passing her to leeward, and falling again.
I will not be surprised if Izet will come back from here.
Yeah. Well, we don't have much left in this race course, Atesh. But
Because
let's
Jana
see.
Lee was off the foil just like 5 seconds ago.
Okay, cool. So we're seeing a lot of stops and starts here.
Exactly.
It's getting a little bit windier. It's definitely puffier. People are jibing a lot in the tacks. There's Katarzyna Troutman who, okay, let's see how she does in this tack. Beautiful foot switch. Beautiful tack. Just lost it starting on port at the pin. First one to crash. Coming back on that beat. Absolutely beautiful maneuver right there. Here comes
Amazing.
Katarzyna Troutman. Atesh, we didn't see this coming, but is this race over for
Nah,
second?
I mean, we will see. I want to see Izet if she will come back.
Whew.
Because, as we said in the beginning, it's patchy. And still on the last reach to the finish, you can see it's quite puffy. And when it's strong wind, the riders are struggling. They're flying so high.
Yeah.
So there can be a drama as well.
Yeah, Katarzyna looks like pretty relaxed here right now, heading up to the finish from zero to hero.
Exactly.
The Polish power, Katarzyna Troutman.
done.
Look, she just does not want to mess
And
it
you
up.
can see a
There
smile on
she
her
is.
face.
She makes it into the semifinals. What a relief. But this race isn't over. Jana Lee and Izet Segura are both jibing to get to mark
And
one.
Jana Lee, something happened. to
Here,
Jana Lee.
here
I think
comes
this is Izet.
Izet
She's
Segura
back.
coming
She's
to
back.
Yep, they both jibe, but I think Jana Lee hit the water. So Izet is back. How did you predict that, Atesh?
I told you.
Jeez, you jinxed the young
Ah, Jana Lee
Chinese
lost
rider.
the board. You see? I mean,
Yeah,
she's-
look at that. So, yep, you can see in your screen there, Jana Lee lost her board. A lot of these riders don't use leashes at all.
No.
And so she lost her board. It's light. Izet Segura, you couldn't have had a more heart-stopping race to get into the semifinals. Here we go, the Spanish rider into the
Ah.
semifinals with Katarzyna Troutman. Let's take a break. I need
Yeah,
to
let's
to
take a
breathe.
break.
All right, look at that. We are looking at Izet Segura, who crashed out, what, 3 times?
I think 2 or
Maybe
3 times she
two or
crashed,
three
yeah.
times. and just came on to really fully clutch past Yanali 2 or 3 times in that race for the women's quarterfinals to get into the semifinals. Here we are looking at the men lined up for the men's quarterfinals. We're in the medal series.
Yes, this
It's
is
Saturday, Atesh,
exactly.
of the Formula Wing European Championships. That is Oscar Leclerc. We will have Julian Rototti, Francesco Capuzzo. We're inside of a minute. And Matteo Dusarps in the men's quarterfinal series.
This is the race. This is the race now. I mean, I would like to watch because these
Holy
guys
cow.
knows each other very well and they know what they're gonna do,
Yep.
how they start. So let's see. Yeah.
It's all French except Capuzzo. So we got 35 seconds left. Who do we have?
This is Ratotti.
Julian Rototti, yes, with the Zauli sail, 30 seconds left. Little Julian Rototti, he usually only has a biggest of a 5.5. He probably might be on his biggest wing, 20 seconds, but his Frenchman Oscar Leclerc,
Again,
Matteo
2
Dusarps,
start from the left and 2 start
and
from the right. It
Francesco
looks like that.
Capuzzo. So let's see what's going on here with the men's quarterfinal. Atesh, talk to me.
Okay, 2 coming from the left and Julian and who is that? The other one? I don't see. Julian and Matteo coming from left.
Yeah.
And the other 2 coming from right.
So there
Okay,
it
let's go. There's a
goes.
split again.
Awesome. Look at that. Francesco Capuzzo with the red. Let's see who
Okay.
else we got here. And Oscar Leclerc off the pin coming to your right. Just to lure Julian Rototti with the black and white sail. And Matteo Dusarps just above
Exactly.
him. 2 French. Look at that black and white sail. Fully split. Everyone's locked up. Francesco Capuzzo is pinning Oscar Leclerc heading off to the left.
Exactly. But now the right side looks better a bit because when you watch the tracker, it's showing that the right side is a bit better than the left side.
Yep.
But these guys are so close to each other with the level. So this race
Absolutely.
will be so enjoyable
Here's
to watch.
Matteo Dusarps in the white and in the black and white. Julian Rototti still hammering to the right side of the course. And
Exactly.
on the left, Oscar Leclerc, Francesco Capuzzo. Tracking shows them ahead. I see this as a dead heat. I think Julian can tack and cross
I
if he
think
wants.
Oscar and
Here we go. Julian
Francesco
Rototti
tacked.
just tacks.
Julian tacked as well.
Crosses Matteo Dusarps. So this is where,
Nice.
there goes Matteo Dusarps. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Now
Who-
we see on the first mark who is in front.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what's going on here. I think that
They're
That
so close
person-
to each other. Huh?
that person to the left of your screen, who is
It's-
that? I don't
it's
think that's
the
part
white.
of
The
our
white
race.
wing is
Yeah,
Matteo. The
Matteo,
black one
yep.
is Julian.
And Julian Rototti.
Yeah.
So let's see what's happening here on this leg. We are going to start. That's another rider from another fleet there you
Yeah.
see in the pink. So
She's
forget about
just
them.
training.
Look at them loaded up.
Oh, they're locked.
Julian Rototti. Here we
Oh.
go on Portac. Oscar Leclerc. This is the moment of truth. Oscar Leclerc is on top coming into this. The top 2 go
Ooh.
on to the semifinals. Oscar Leclerc, beautiful tack. Julian Rototti in second, the 2 Frenchmen, Matteo Dusarps and Francesco Capuzzo. Holy
How close they are.
guacamole,
Wow.
Atesh.
It's so amazing to watch this, and as you can see, they're pushing their limits, and amazing, man. Look at the speed.
Absolutely.
Look
You're
at the
looking at
speed.
Oscar Leclerc here
Oh,
with a double profile.
preparing for
little
jibe.
shaky foot
Oh.
switch. Goes into a beautiful quick jibe. A little
Nice.
dicey right now. Windy, puppy. Julian Rototti.
Oh,
Julian
amazing
Rototti
jibe.
is a master of the
Yes.
jibe. He's so snappy. And there's Francesco Capuzzo trying to pump his way. These riders want to go as low and close to the
Exactly.
lured mark as possible. So they have to go away from the wind. The way they do that is by pumping their wings, like rowing it like a
Yes.
rowboat, and pumping their legs at the same time so they can go low.
Ooh.
If they go up any higher, closer to the wind, they go further away from the
I
mark.
think Ratotti is very close to Leclerc now.
Yeah, Rototti is definitely making. Oh my God! All of them are going to be coming in at once.
Yeah,
Matteo
exactly.
Dusarps
Exactly.
from the left side of the course.
Even Francesco
Oh my
came, huh?
goodness! Here we go. They're going to be all
Ooh.
coming into the second mark first. If Oscar Leclerc just clears the pack, but
Look
there
at this.
it is. Oh my God! It's too close to call. There goes Oscar
Oh,
Leclerc.
Matteo,
There goes
second.
who was that in second?
Matteo.
Matteo Dusarps just sneaks inside.
But it was a
Francesco
nice-
Capuzzo peels off right behind Julian Rototti. This race ain't over. Atesh.
It's not over. It's not over. Matteo just had a bad mark rounding now, and he lost a bit. But let's see. Let's see.
Yep, we
I mean-
still have Oscar Leclerc in the lead. Matteo Dusarps below him, but Julian Rototti, look at him, keeping
It
his
was
line. Oh,
a-
that's Oscar Leclerc on
Yeah,
top
and
there.
Matteo, they are going
Yep.
to the left again. The
Yep,
deep
here
left.
they are. Cleared out is Julian Rototti
Francesco and Julian are in the middle, kind of.
and Francesco Capuzzo, first one attack. Everyone dove in at that lured
Exactly.
mark. We'll say quarterfinals lured mark. Let's check this out.
Oscar is, yeah, now coming, shaking back. Okay, let's go.
Another beautiful tack. He
Go.
showed us that on the beat, but I'm really interested to see what happens with Francesco Capuzzo on the right side of the course. It's going to be close, but I think the left with Matteo de Sarps, Oscar Leclerc is going to be what we look out for. So,
I
Atesh,
think left
what's going
side
on
looks
here? Here we
more
go.
windy now, and
Yep, Oscar and
let's see.
Matteo.
Yeah, Oscar and Matteo, they're gonna lead. It looks like.
Okay, so
Okay, let's
we've
see.
got Francesco Capuzzo on the right. He's coming from your right. If you looked at, ladies and gentlemen, moving from right to left. He is leading Julian Rottati. Okay, the race is on here.
Yes, this is
Honestly,
the race to the finish, right? This
yes, anything can happen here. So it
Ooh.
looks like Oscar Leclerc right on the top of your screen
Oh.
there. There he is in the white. Matteo de Sarps. Oscar
Okay,
Leclerc
tack.
makes his tack. Beautiful again.
is Francesco, huh?
De Sarps tacks underneath Francesco Capuzzo
Pushing.
on the right. Rolling Matteo de Sarps right on the final
Oh,
top
okay.
of the beat. Watch out for Francesco Capuzzo. He does not need to win the top two. Oh! Matteo de Sarps has to do two tacks and crashes.
Matteo.
Rottati gets ahead of him, but it's the top two.
Come
Oscar
on.
Leclerc, Francesco Capuzzo. Again, the Italian and the French. It didn't matter who you're rooting for. An Italian's in it and a French is in it. Oscar Leclerc into the semifinals. Francesco Capuzzo. Atesh.
It was I mean, it was so excited to watch, huh?
Woo. All right, well, let's regroup a little bit here. I can't believe these races. Let's take a break before we get into the women. Crazier. Oscar Leclerc and Francesco Capuzzo took this on. I mean, the lead, I think Oscar had the lead for most of that race, but Francesco Capuzzo was in last most of that race.
Exactly. I mean, Oscar just
Around
get
the
the lead
last
from
third
the
mark.
beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like, he was just in front and he sailed quite secure and he didn't push that much.
Yeah.
And he saved good energy, I think, for finals, no?
Absolutely.
Semifinal.
Well, for the love of the game, for the Frenchman to beat out a couple, for the Italian to beat out a couple of Frenchmen, we are here for the women's semifinal. We're really moving on, my friend.
Exactly.
Marta Manja, Karolina Kleczynska, joined by Katarzyna, her countrywoman, Katarzyna Trautman, who went from 0 to hero in that quarterfinal, and Izet Segura,
Let's see.
passing Yana Lee multiple times to get into this race. We've got 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Let's just take a little break, and we'll come back right for the start.
Okay.
All right, Atesh Sinar, we are coming up on 2 minutes for the women's semifinals. Marta Manje, Manje. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Karolina Kleczynska, Katarzyna Trautman from Poland, and Izet Segura. Those two fought their way hard to get into this semifinals. Marta and Karolina were waiting. We're coming up on 2 minutes. What are you thinking, Atesh?
I'm expecting same, like there will be a split for sure. I mean, and as you mentioned,
Yeah.
last race, and who is going to be in front this
I
race?
wonder if there's a little bit of team racing that could be going on there to get all Poland into the grand finals, because there's no Polish riders there right now.
Yeah.
We got a minute 30. There's Katarzyna. We know the colors on her checkered sail really well because we were enamored with her in that quarterfinals race. We were affixed to her. And then there is Karolina Kleczynska with the kind of white and pink double profile wing. I can't remember the name of that Polish manufacturer, but we'll look that up. But a minute 10, minute 9, the two Polish riders in the semifinals, and then the Italian and the Spaniard.
Yes.
Marta Mange from Italy and Izet Segura. Man, they have been pushing to get into
Ooh.
the semifinals, while Marta and Carolina have
They
been
all
waiting.
look on the right side now. You know, there might be no split now.
Yep, we've got 3 of them
So
looking for that right now.
I think they're all on the same page.
Women's
They will start close to
semifinal.
committee.
Yep, let's see how it goes here. Okay, coming up inside of a minute, coming up on 30 seconds. Atesh.
And then yeah, last 30 seconds, they're all on the starboard. Yeah.
Just trying to swing around my. We're trying to watch with you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not on the tracker,
Yeah,
go to the
they're
event
on the
website.
committee side.
Check
Yeah.
out the tracker. It helps. 20 seconds here, right on top. Katarzyna is closest to the boat. She may not end up that way. Yep, there she is right now with the yellow and blue and white. And down below her, Izet Segura is behind.
The red bib is Marta.
Yeah, Marta Manja. So here we go. 5, 4, 3. Let's see.
2,
Counting it down.
1.
Katarzyna Trautman going off at the pin just above her. Marta Manja in the
Exactly.
PPC, but above her, Karolina Klajinska rolling Marta Manja looks like right away. Izet Segura, pretty conservative at the committee boat right now.
Exactly. I think she wanted to keep it safe. So
Absolutely. Well, you know, there was a lot of
Yeah.
breaching out of the water and touchdowns and crashes
Exactly.
on that race.
But
But
Marta is quite slow now. Something happened to her.
who's that?
Marta.
Oh,
is
yeah,
the-
Marta Manja, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
she's-
noticed that right off the bat.
Oh,
Marta
she was
Manja
third.
just got rolled by Karolina
she's back.
Klajinska.
She's back. She's coming back.
Cool. Klajinska
Nice.
is clearly there. She is.
Yeah, Karolina
that-
is.
Yep, Karolina Klajinska clearly with the 4th place bib on top of everyone. You can see how she has her wing down and closer to the board.
Exactly.
That might be her 5-meter wing. Does that look? That doesn't look like
think
a 6'4", does
No,
it?
no, they are using the 5-meter, I think, and now the
Okay.
wind starts to blow a
Oh,
lot now.
look at this. Okay, Katarzyna Troutman off on port, ducking below her teammate. Oh, and just
She falls from the foil.
crashing down.
Yes. Come on, Carolina.
Yep,
Okay, she's on
Carolina
foils
just
again.
going for the tack, and Izet Segura still there on starboard. It's really, Atesh, really tricky conditions right now.
Yeah,
Now we have the fleet
exactly.
still a little split.
Exactly. We will see. I mean, where is Marta? I cannot see her.
Yeah,
on the screen,
Marta
but-
is kind of out of the picture right now, but hey, so was Katarzyna in that
Yes.
first beat.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
here we go with attack from Izet Segura right there in the bottom of your screen. And then on the top of your screen, right now, your 2 leaders, Karolina Klajinska and Katarzyna Troutman, the Polish power. There's Karolina.
Okay.
And with that double profile wing locked in, probably the tallest rider in this group.
Exactly.
Super powered up, beautiful electric orange grip on their board, deck pad. And right now she's just right on top of her competitor.
So
And Izet Segura is right on
I
top
think
of her.
Carolina will run first. And
Right
Izet
now,
and the Katarzyna will be close to each other, I think.
one thing that we noticed, ladies and gentlemen, this is these tacks are tricky. It's puffy, especially with those double profile wings. They're hard to keep under control in attack. So there we go. Karolina Klajinska touches down. She makes it and into her first down win.
Okay.
Beautiful job by the Polish sailor. Excellent. She's been at the top of this fleet before. She knows what she's doing in this semifinals. And right behind her, wow,
Yeah.
actually, I thought it was a little bit closer than that. but,
Katarzyna is second,
Yeah.
and Izet is third. Now.
uh,
For now.
Okay, cool. Yep. There we go.
Come on, girl.
There we go. Yeah, she just gets around. So Karolina Klajinska with a pretty big lead. Katarzyna Troutman, really everyone is having a hard time at that top mark. I guess it's just because
Exactly. I think
so
it's
close
less
to
wind there and it's shifty.
Yeah.
So I mean, as you remember, first race, Marta is over the foil now. You
Yeah.
can see. I mean, as we said, first race, when some riders were jibing there not to lose the
So
foil.
yep. So here we are on that first downwind leg. Karolina Klajinska with a dominant lead right now. You see that in that kind of awesomely artistic pattern, double profile, pink and white wing, launched with her teammate
Oh.
Katarzyna Troutman. There's the 2 poles.
She's riding,
Yeah, she's riding toe
opposite.
side.
Yes.
Yeah, now that's not unusual if you know you're going to jibe pretty
Yeah,
soon.
yeah.
Like if you're just going to do a short jibe, you stay
Exactly.
toe side and then jibe again. That's what Karolina Klajinska did. Look at that beautiful, beautiful board handling, beautiful mark rounding, being pretty conservative.
I mean,
didn't-
she makes it look so easy, yeah?
Yeah, didn't have to make super tight turn. But what's happening here is Izet Segura is doing what she did in the last race, hammering down on the inside of the course, taking meters
I
out of
think Izet is very close
Katarzyna
now.
Troutman on that downwind leg. So a lot closer now. Karolina Kluzinska's launched, but we've seen this all before. There's Katarzyna in
Katarzyna,
second. Let's see how soon. Here we go. We'll see Azet
Where is
Segura
Izet?
just rounding right
Wow.
there. Beautiful camera work.
Up,
Good
up,
job,
up.
guys. Oh,
Come on, is that?
look at that. That just shows you how puffy it is. She just caught up, 30 meters or something like that. And now just had a little wipeout. But there she is again. She is not giving up.
She's there.
Chasing down Katarzyna Troutman. And on the top of you, of course, there you go. Karolina Kluzinska. Atesh.
She goes so easy.
Class act, right?
Yes, yes. I mean, up. She's up. Oh, no.
Yep. It just
Ah,
shows
because
you
it's so gusty and
Yep.
strong wind, so they're struggling about
yeah,
it.
the wings are really
Yeah,
getting pulled
yeah,
around.
Exactly.
And by the way, this is the first real regatta that Karolina is doing the double profile.
Exactly.
She was using the single profile right up until this event. And she said she's been having a hard time, and it couldn't get any harder than 20 plus knots and really puffy.
So Izet is in front.
Wow,
Oh,
Izet Segura, after attack from
wow.
Katarzyna Troutman, Izet Segura on starboard.
She did
We
it
don't
again,
know-
maybe, yeah?
We don't know if we have.
Let's see it again. No?
Yep.
Can we-
So
can we?
here's
No.
here's a little bit of a replay on that incident. You'll see Izet Segura is going to be coming from the left. Here we go.
Oh.
And
I mean, Izet was
Yep,
starboard.
so
She had the right of
Izet
the
was
way.
starboard. Yeah, great
And-
replay, everyone. So I think what happened there is Izet just really got closed in on her.
And Katarzyna was trying to escape, but
Katarzyna
then she
probably had-
overfoiled, I think.
Yep, I think Katarzyna just had a bad tack. It was
Exactly.
closer than she thought. It's hard to see even with these new windows on these wings. She went to duck Izet and crashed.
Yeah.
So, wow, another lead change. Okay, touch and go tack from Karolina Kluzinska. Is she going to make this mark? She's in first by quite a bit. But the story of the last two races is Izet Segura
Segura.
and Katarzyna Troutman.
Exactly.
Izet Segura right now in second place by a lot. Katarzyna Troutman, what drama on this race course.
Katarzyna is coming there. I mean,
I know,
on
Atesh,
the tracking. I mean, she's. They're
that port-
checking the.
that port and starboard is being under review. We
Exactly.
have video surveillance by the umpires. You cannot protest in this. So drone footage and on the water camera footage. Right now, the umpires are reviewing that incident. That looked like a port and starboard incident. But Karolina
Well done.
Kluzinska was waiting in
Woo.
the semifinals, and she is our first grand finalist from the semis. Absolutely fantastic for the Polish rider. And then actually just rounding that last mark, Izet Segura, after all this drama, and Marta Mange, what happened to her? But there is Katarzyna. What is going on here? Incident under review, Atesh.
I mean, anyway, Izet is in front, but they are just checking because it will affect their in total result.
Yes.
So if Katarzyna will disqualify, and Marta will be in front.
Okay, fantastic. So it doesn't seem to be there's any penalty. That looked like a
Okay.
clear port and starboard. But Izet Segura, look at the Spaniard coming in.
She's back.
I can't tell if she's smiling or not, but she is the comeback queen. And wow, like you said, it can't get any crazier. So let's take a break and go to the men's semis.
I lost the connection of my.
Wow, Atesh Sinar, I am Chris Museler of this Formula Wing European Championships. And here you have that semifinal result. Karolina Kluzinska, class act all the way. But Izet Segura, Katarzyna Troutman, Izet, pushing, crashing, pushing, and Katarzyna just losing her nerve, tacking on the port, maybe not seeing Izet, ducking her but crashing at the same time. There's I think that's Katarzyna.
And Katarzyna and
in
Izet, they are
17.
discussing the position. Maybe they had their
Yeah,
starboard
so,
port
yep,
position.
That was Izet and Katarzyna just talking it through. And what great camera footage. Congratulations, guys. Thanks for getting
So-
that footage. We're inside 2 minutes for the men's semifinal. Bastian Escape, Ernesto Diamicis, under 19, the only one in this top group. And then Oscar Leclerc and Francesco Capuzzo. Everyone, coming up on a minute. Francesco Capuzzo has the momentum. He has come through from the repechage. The only one who could have done better in terms of a long run-up if Romain Guillot had come all the way up through from the golden ticket.
Exactly.
So we're going to start to familiarize ourselves with everyone. We know what Oscar Leclerc looks like. We know what Capuzzo.
Last 40 seconds.
Let's
go.
look like what Bastien Escofet and Ernesto Diamici's. Bastien Escofet with the green and white with the gong rider, I think. And there's Oscar Leclerc with the checkered to your right. So Atesh.
So they're all coming from the committee side now. I mean, we will watch the from a very similar start as the girls lead. So let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
here we
go,
go.
guys.
18 inside of 20 seconds.
Exactly.
Everyone coming from the right, just like the women's fleet. But geez, choppy,
So,
puffy,
let's see.
gusty.
Bastien,
Every
Oscar,
E that we got.
7,
Here they
6,
come.
5, 4,
Leading
3,
off, Bastien.
1. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
And here we go. And it looks like it says that we have Bastien Escofet at the pin.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then
that
Leclerc is just
That is
Oscar
him,
is
Oscar Leclerc in the black and
above.
white. Then Francesco Capuzzo
and then
and-
Ernesto.
and Ernesto on the top. Okay, there we go. We've got our four riders. One of the greatest starts that we have seen in this series so far. It couldn't be better. Ernesto,
Is pushing.
beautiful job with Ernesto on the top. He
She-
has everyone pinned. He's
Exactly.
fully in control of this race. When things are even, that's the place to start. Atesh.
Exactly. This is a quite. I mean, this is the lesson start. You know,
Oh
like you're
my
in control
God,
of everything.
Look at this. The blood is pumping. The legs are pumping. They
Exactly.
don't pump their wings too much upwind. But look at Ernesto
Legs.
Diamici's. No one's giving each other an inch.
No.
Do
no.
you know this feeling, Atesh?
Yes, man. I'm so excited now. Okay.
There we go. Oscar
So
Leclerc,
Oscar's the first one, give
out.
up.
Beautiful drone footage, everyone. Good job. Okay, everyone else tacks out. Oh, all at once. Simo tack
This is good.
for the whole fleet. Now, who do we have?
I mean,
We still have Ernesto Diamici's beautiful positioning on the fleet in the middle of the group and punched.
yes, man. We know that Francesco is fast in these conditions, so
Yep.
he might catch the
There
front.
is for Francesco on
Yeah.
top, rolling Bastien Escofet. There's Bastien. Come on, Basti. You can do it, my French friend. But there is Capuzzo. We've seen him do this before in Sardinia. We've seen him kind of come in from the top. He loves to have some room on the top of the course and reach in.
I think now the Francesco is in control a bit. Oh man, so they're so close. This is
But
so
no,
good to
let's
watch.
see. Okay,
Oh,
Francesco
Francesco
right
is
there
first.
on the
As we
inside.
said.
That last little lift, perfect.
okay, man.
Right ahead Ernesto Diamici's. Then
Okay.
Oscar Leclerc. Then Bastien Escofet. But this race ain't over,
It
Atesh.
just started.
Let's see this technique. This is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen.
This was really
A
nice.
lot like that women's race before when they all started together, but this could not get any closer.
The Ernesto just jibed and
Yep,
went to the other side.
Ernesto went early.
Okay, so the others jibed
Ladies
as
and
well.
gentlemen, that turn earlier, like Ernesto did, that can be a really benefit. You just kind of get away from everyone else. You sail your own race, and let's see if he can come back. But Francesco Capuzzo is launched. Oscar Leclerc is dead even with Ernesto Diamici's, but Bastien Escofet, they gave him some breathing room. He might do something with that right now. Okay, Ernesto is coming back. Francesco Capuzzo, foot switch. Beautiful
Okay.
down turn jibe. Let's see, downwing jibe.
Who got it?
Let's see. Here we go.
Basti
All
is
right.
coming there. My
Awesome.
French.
There's Bastien. Let's see if he can just get inside on the ley line. He's
Oh,
a
he
little
made
bit
it or not?
behind.
He made it.
Ernesto Diamici's. Oh, Oscar
Not-
Leclerc just outside of Bastien Escofet. He came in too hot. You see how
Yes,
low he did came
yes.
out of that?
He
A
couldn't
little too hot.
Yeah,
Yep.
he came too fast and he couldn't control
Yeah,
and just fall down.
almost 30 knots.
I mean, now we are
Uh,
expecting early attack from him, eh?
Okay, now this is a little bit of a different setup from that first beat. They are not lined up.
Oh, you see
But-
the dark side on the left side of the
Yes.
screen. Now I think they will go there and we can see some
Excellent.
text there.
That's why you've been to 4 Olympics, Atesh. Okay, let's see. Francesco Capuzzo getting into the breeze.
Yeah.
Ernesto Diamici's holding high. Let's see what
Let's see.
happens.
Yes.
Okay, so hopefully the Italian, Francesco Capuzzo, is hoping that's a shift for him. Does he
Let's
get
see.
in front of Ernesto? I think he just crossed him, right?
I think
I think he just crossed
Yeah.
Ernesto, and then Oscar Leclerc is below him. Bastien Escofet, they're giving him some room off to the left, and there is. Who
this is
down
all or
on
nothing.
top?
Come on, Oscar. You have to push.
Yeah.
because that will be the race to finish now.
Yep, Oscar Leclerc, and is him
Let's
up
see.
top. Yep, that is Oscar Leclerc right up
yeah,
on
on
top.
the left
With
on the screen.
Francesco Capuzzo again rolling Bastian Escafe. Francesco has Diamici's right on his hip. If that young Italian, after winning, leading the series,
Yeah.
winning the long distance races, and getting into this semifinals,
Exactly. I mean,
holy guacamole! If that young Italian can hold on to second.
he's
Okay,
under 19.
here we go. These tacks are tricky.
You see?
Oscar Leclerc
Oscar is
making up
there.
room on the inside.
If he can find it, way.
Here he goes. He tacks right in front of Diamici's. In front. Oh, Francesco Capuzzo. Now, this, oh my goodness, look at
This
how
is the
close
fight.
it is. All right, pushing. Let's see. Francesco Capuzzo, Oscar Leclerc taking up Ernesto.
So
He's
they will take risk
not letting
now.
him pass him. That's the only way Ernesto can pass him, is to weather. Here we go.
Come on.
Francesco Capuzzo. Push, push, push. How's Ernesto doing?
Oh,
How's Oscar doing?
Oscar is struggling
I
a
think
bit.
Ernesto just rolled Oscar.
He rolled?
I think so. Let's see.
Ah.
Let's see.
Who finished second?
Too close to call. Who finished second? It looks like Ernesto. They're talking to each other right now.
Come on. That
Ernie's like,
wow.
Francesco, did I get it? Francesco's like, hey man, I'm just focusing on not falling. Let's see what
There was
happens.
a position.
It
Something happened
looks-
there.
It looks like Ernesto. There's a possible penalty in that, probably
Exactly.
having to do with Ernesto going over the top of Oscar Leclerc. You never know with those. Wow, let's take a break. It's between Oscar Leclerc and Ernesto Diamicis to see who goes to the finals.
Let's see.
Incident is under review. Okay, there's no penalty. And Ernesto Diamicis
To the final.
goes to the finals. And with Francesco Capuzzo, we know our men's finalist. Holy cow, right at the finish. What rolled him right over the Italian. Okay, let's take a break.